every time that like we don't play this game for a minute, which this is the longest we haven't played this game for a minute, I saved like between the episodes, really have like the moment of just being like, right, gotta get back into the swing of this. Oh boy. I wish I pulled up the VOD for the last stream to like brush up on things. I remember everything. I am an autistic individual. I'll be fine. But more so to be like properly set in the mood and everything.
A
Well,
mindset type of thing.
we'll get there
I'm gonna drink
eventually.
coffee.
Yeah, I debated briefly if I wanted to do coffee. I honestly debated it, but hi, hello, hi, we're here. Blaine's not here yet, but he is playing finals. He'll be here eventually. We can probably start with well, actually,
Probably got caught out like mid-match and was like, fuck.
he may have forgotten. Maybe
Man,
he may have forgotten. There's a chance he maybe forgot. But it's fine if he did. It's not the end of the world.
He literally sent a message like 10 minutes ago saying he'd be here in a moment. So I think we're okay.
Oh
Unless
yeah.
You think he forgot in the last 10 minutes?
No. I think there's a chance he may have forgotten the time. He may have just forgotten the time because I know he's playing finals with Nomad right now.
I mean, I don't mind loitering for a little bit.
Oh, good. Yeah, to properly get in the vibes and everything. Hi, Obies. Welcome by. Welcome by. Yeah, it's been a wonky last few days. I just did not get to sleep at all after Monday, and was just kind of vibing. Then woke up late on Tuesday, took a shower, then made the mistake of laying in bed while my hair was drying and fell asleep and woke up and it was like 6 p.m. and I was fucked from there.
Too real.
So yeah, yeah, we made mistakes. Making Hatsune Miku and Monster Hunter, as one should, as one always should.
Hatsune Miku has the right to hunt monsters in the woods, I think. Or in the desert, wherever she wants.
She could be wherever she wants forever.
She can be wherever she wants forever. Exactly. Oh boy.
Thank you, animal.
I was like looking through Twitch things today and like saw that like a lot of my streams have been in 720 for whatever reason. I don't understand why. All right, the last week I can understand because Twitch and OBS were having their weird disagreement, right? She's gonna be my upgradeless run character where I have to beat the whole game without upgrading weapons or armor. War. When you say the whole game, are you meaning like just low rank, like get to the credits, or do you mean like through all the given content they have? Which, I mean, gonna be real, it's not impossible. Through high rank, every quest. I see. Oh boy. I should have done like some stretches before this and such, just to get myself ready. It's fine. There's I am stretching. No, I'm stretching. There's
Good.
like a 30% chance we finish this episode tonight. I'm not betting on it, but there is a chance. Why did I just press my ad break button instead of record? Motherfucker. It's okay, that button won't... God fucking damn it. If
we're going to ads, that sounds like a great time for you to stand up and stretch, doesn't it?
I was trying to press my record button, but they're right next to each other. Okay,
well,
Twitch should not have...
Wait, stand up and stretch right now, actually. Go on.
Twitch should not have actually let me be able to hit that. Why did Twitch let me hit that? I thought that needs like a cooldown.
Please take a moment to get up and stretch.
Go stand up and stretch right now.
I'm getting up and stretching.
I win.
Well, see,
I win by bullying you.
Usually, I'm gonna make frozen my stream now because of this. I need to come up with it. I need to make my sleeping pose. I have a sleeping pose idea that I can easily do. I just haven't done it yet. Here, let me sit back down. Camera, hi, I'm here. Hi. Usually Twitch has like a cooldown thing where it's like, all right, you just ran your ad break, you can't run another ad break for like 15 minutes or such. And it has definitely not been 15 minutes. I somehow was able to pull a silly and be a silly.
The silly has gotten you. Got silly.
I feel like that.
But yeah, we be here padding for Blinn. Look, we should be
I can
fine.
wait.
We should be fine. I say should be because I know we're about to probably go into the cutscene where we agreed that he's taking a character that you were originally going to take, Gabe.
Yeah.
Because you have basically stated that you are content. You have your one character that you need a voice ever in this game.
I have Sarah, and I need nothing more. I love this critter.
You need to make a PNG of yourself for when we're playing Of the Devil. That's just you. War. Hi, Doodle.
Like in Sarah's like jacket or something.
I was gonna say holding Sarah plushie, but okay.
Oh yes! Yes! Actually, never mind. I'm doing that instead.
Like, just make your yeah. It's just
My
the same thing, but you're just
critter.
holding Sarah plushie.
I'll need you to send me what's it called? Like the in-game reference art of her.
I mean, that's pretty easy. That's pretty easy because we have.
Yeah, like right this second.
Where the fuck is her references? Here we go.
There, my critter.
I love this thing.
Actually, I can just take a
Truly.
screenshot on Steam. But since I came by, I figured I'd do my usual. All good, all good. I am used to war being the usual. Hope you have been well. Tired, but we're managing. Also, let me actually hit this. I'm going to be
Like
What's up? What's up, game?
continue.
No,
No,
I'm hitting the record button on my stream. That just in case Twitch decides to randomly make this a 720 stream, I'll have at least recorded in 1080 because I guess I don't have control over it. But yeah, Gabe, let me get you that screenshot.
Thank you, thank you.
I will draw my critter.
Yeah, something to do while we're streaming.
That's my critter. Most excellent. Copy image.
Oh, I'm gonna look for. We have so much. How much? Oh wow, we have a lot of concept art for episode 1. Okay then.
Yeah, I
There's been
got
a lot of characters.
hella art I want to do.
There
and
is
drawing
so.
Sarah is one of them.
How many characters have we had just this chapter? I'm doing a mental. Actually, you know what? You know what would make life easier? We can just go into here. Hello, Camilla. Can we get a shout out for Camilla, please? And Gabe, you're able to do it uncontested.
Flynn isn't here. Oh my god! you
Yeah,
sucker!
Yobi is
I
attempted.
win.
Yobi is attempted.
I win! Yeah, Blinn isn't here to contest me right now, so I win by default.
Right. So, how many people?
We can look at
Right.
some
I
profiles.
every
Right.
time I have to remember that our goddamn aunt is hot as fuck. Holy shit.
Women!
Right. So we've had Ray's yeah. So 1, 2, Fran was introduced last episode. 3, 4, 5,
what a
6,
Cool ass design.
7.
Mm-hmm.
Do we not have a? No. Okay. Yeah. 7 designs. We have had 7 fucking characters introduced.
And they're all good as fuck.
And they're all good ass designs. Yeah, they're all good as fuck. I felt.
know. Fran was introduced last chapter. Did we get concept art for Fran from the prologue? I don't think we did.
I don't think
did
we have. No, I don't think we
No,
have.
because Fran was only
We got
via
the
messages.
yeah, only via messages. I believe we got their profile, but I
we
think it
can
was
count
just
Fran then. Make it
I don't
8.
think it was complete. Yeah.
okay. Yeah. God, I forgot about Fran's goddamn occupation.
Hacker, but don't put that down, obviously.
Yeah.
Hi, Blinn.
Hi, Lynn.
Hello.
How was finals?
Hey.
got I got fucking dog walked by fucking the essential fucking white bread of the finals.
Hi, Nomad. Hi. I assumed you were gonna be playing more finals. I gotta be real. I assumed you would be playing more. Welcome in. Welcome in.
Nah, I was getting really pissy with mediums, so I was just like, probably should call it here so I don't like enter baby gamer rage.
Oh no, I mean like I meant like
Yeah.
Nomad. I thought Nomad would just be playing more because he and his buddy were playing like all fucking day.
That's exactly why he ended it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At some point, you need to stop playing video games.
At some point, you have to stop playing video games. I wasn't going to like ask any of you to do it because I'm just like, yeah, it's Nomad. Blend probably already has chat up, but no, okay, I guess not. Hi, Nomad. Welcome in. Welcome in. I hope your day of finals as well.
God.
For a second, I thought Nomad shouted himself out, which he could easily do.
That would have been funny. That
Yeah, you should have done that.
Nomad very much could have shouted himself out. He very much could have just done that.
Video game.
Yeah, you shoulda. You shoulda. The moment it took like more than 30 seconds for any of my other 3 moderators here to shout you out. You should have just
well,
shouted
I'm
yourself out.
sorry. I'm not fucking commanded to do something, and therefore I don't fucking do it.
Okay, Gabe, shout yourself
Yeah.
out, please. Once after 2 minutes
God
have passed.
damn you!
After 2 minutes have passed.
I think that should always be your opening move from now on, Nomad. Every time you show up, you should just your first message in chat should be you shouting yourself out.
That'd be funny. That'd be
No, you
funny.
should do this forever, actually.
Right. So we're back to mystery times. TLDR on mystery is, did the guy commit suicide or not? Who the fuck knows at this point?
I still don't even know, like, where to fucking begin with this. Like, ugh.
This salt shaker is gonna come in. This salt shaker is gonna be important, and it's gonna be the dumbest thing.
It's a
It's gonna
surprise
be
tool that'll
something
help us later.
stupid.
It's a surprise tool that'll help us later. The implication is that David basically just decided, hey, I've done everything in my life that I want to. At least that was Young's account.
Okay. I'll do what you ask of me.
You still have like another minute. Well, fuck. Okay, gotcha.
Wait, is it? I don't
Oh
know.
yeah. The shadow command can only be used every 2 minutes. Like
Oh, well,
fine,
I did
it's okay.
what you asked of me, and I'm not doing it a second time.
What the hell is talk screen? Send a wait. Lost consciousness at 8:03 p.m. Declared dead at 8:25 in ICU. Redacted presiding. Cause of death: respiratory failure. Unknown substance detected in bloodstream. Approximately 20 milligrams total. A loud curling handwriting at the bottom of the document reads, "What the hell is talk screen? Send attending physicians back to med school. Send apologies to attending physicians. These readings are a nightmare." Huh? Okay.
Huh?
Oh wait, that was probably her reading. God, what the fuck was her name? I forgot her name. It's been 2 weeks.
Sato.
Sato's reading
You
of that, where she's like, "What the fuck is this talk?" Okay, actually, never mind. These readings are a nightmare. Don't send them do not send them back to med school. It's fine. This is fine.
They actually did the best they could. What the fuck?
Yeah, I feel that's how it reads.
Upon further examination, Jesus Christ, survive.
First examination. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Addendum. Never mind. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Nothing's wrong with you. It's these fucking readings.
Never
Fuck.
fucking mind. Apologies. Right. Okay. Cool. We've briefed ourselves. We're okay. Everything's fine. Everything's good. Right. We got the text. We got text from Fran because yeah, they got their news, and ended on Young just being like, "Are you really gonna take this to court?" To just yep. Still defending a client. Is that what you believe, that you didn't commit suicide? I guess I haven't decided what I believe. 421.
Ah, damn, we just missed it.
God damn.
No getting high, everyone.
Would you kindly slow the hell down?
I'm sorry, Adonai. Was I walking too quickly for you?
That wasn't walking. That was speed walking. Up 2 flights of stairs. It's very different.
Speed walking.
She's so cute.
Gabe's just immediately back in it.
I like the first line. I was like, oh man, how do I lock back in? And then the second line I was like, okay, never mind.
Sounds like a powerful technique. Is it like the Zhenjiao?
Just let me catch my breath for a minute.
Adonai, is it possible that you are out of shape?
Oh god, right, we get back to this. No,
But since we left the cab, your heart rate has.
I'm not wearing the right clothes. Or the right shoes.
Is that so?
What the fuck was that?
Gabe, are you okay?
What do you mean?
Your microphone. You went to say so, and your microphone like compressed in on itself like a
It sounded
tinfoil.
like you were it sounded like you were sitting
Robot.
it sounded like you were sitting at the bottom of a fry basket, completely normal, and then the fry basket was lowered into the deep fryer for a millisecond.
Yeah, it sounded
I need to go back at the VOD and see what happened to my microphone.
It sounded like Sarah detonated while saying so.
Sorry, Adonai, I'm normal now.
Right, okay, yes. Also, I didn't stretch or hydrate, and the sun's reaching its zenith.
That would have been several hours ago. Do you mean the air temperature?
You said it would be a short walk from street level, so I prepared myself mentally for a short walk. Then you took off like a rocket. And you didn't mention we'd have to go upstairs. Are you sure this place is even back here?
The reviews online were quite clear. It's worth the trouble finding it.
Maybe if you're a mountain climber. When I sent Fran hunting for a musician in David's circles, I expected to bring me someone from the city orchestra or a jazz club. The champagne flutes and tea cup kind of musician. But this is the tequila and neon part of town.
It should be in view if we turn. Adonai, be careful.
Of what?
It's a stray, and it's bearing its fangs, too. It could be carrying diseases. You should.
Relax.
Adonai, it's growling.
It's not growling at me. See?
So it's just me that it doesn't like.
Too much static.
How do you get it to calm down?
Sorry, I got
My
distracted.
voice is cracking.
I got distracted briefly. I'm fine. I'm normal. It's an animal, not a monster. It wants to be calm.
That's what you're talking about.
Like, it's right.
It's like there.
It's right there. It's right there.
Oh, pause. Fucking hold on, Yobi's clipped my microphone dying.
There we go. It's charging phone. Apologies for tweaking.
Oh my god, what happened to me? Holy fuck!
I do really enjoy the pacing of this also. Like, I feel the game really makes great points for you to take a pause in, right? In between each thing. Like,
Oh yeah.
have to give it to them for that. Very much appreciate it. Especially as a streamer who's voice acting everything. And it's like, we're what, at multiple hours of doing this now? I could not do this in fucking one stream of the sitting. We're at over 10 hours of this being streamed, understood. It's an animal, not a monster. It wants to be calm.
Do you like animals?
Can we shout out for BT Dara, please? What kind of cold-blooded freak doesn't like animals?
We're at war, sorry.
Do you have a pet?
No, never have.
Why not?
Because I don't want to take care of a pet.
That seems counterintuitive to me.
Well, it makes perfect sense to me, and I don't need it to make sense to you.
But
You notice you're only in this talkative when it's just the two of us. Just an observation.
She's so cute.
You shy or something? Did David program you to have android anxiety?
It's generally only appropriate to respond to comments that are addressed to oneself.
I can't tell if Sarah's on her knees currently looking at Puppy, or if there's their actual fucking height difference.
How short is Sarah? Does it say? Do we have height?
No, we do. Where is Sarah's profile? Here we are. 160 versus 175. Okay, yeah, 15 centimeters of a height difference is something at least.
It's not a lot.
That's not...
Oh my god, Sarah is fucking 5'2".
Okay, yeah. Meanwhile, Morgan is
Tiny.
5'7". So yeah, that's decent at least. That's decent.
Microbe. Microbe.
We'll never get over the body count. You cannot ask someone
Cannot
that.
ask that.
My favorite character is the fucking amoeba.
Homunculus, even.
Kind
And
of.
even that weighs about 10 bazillion pounds.
Yeah.
Dense motherfucker.
Did you actually voice this line? I
Literally.
fucking forgot.
I did.
Amazing. Okay, let me just drag myself over a little bit. There we go. And then I'm just gonna shrink myself down a little bit. And there we go. Fantastic.
Compress.
I need to make a proper toggle that's like, hey, me, but I want to be a small mode to let the game speak for itself.
Ooh, hang on. Let me fucking reach that high octave again.
Today, I've rarely been addressed directly by people other than you.
I love that you say, let's reach that high octave again. Like, when she is maybe half
She's
what you
not
have
that
to reach
high.
for missile. It's just,
Yeah, God,
finding
no.
her voice. Alright.
I have to get really high pitched to get to missile.
Uh-huh. In other words, you're shy.
That is not what I...
Mm.
Can I try petting it?
There's no law against that. 4:26
Pet-
p.m., July 1st, 2086. Ultraviolets.
Oh my god, we're at the fucking club.
Oh yeah, we're getting very clubbing. Hell yeah.
This is the establishment.
Now to see if Isaac Porter is as habitual as Fran claims. Fucked up words there. Oh well.
Do you think Father was close with this man? This man who you've never met?
I think he was close with them, yeah. At some point. I had some help making that deduction. Fran saw that their metadata showed a significant cooling. Right, I have to turn the game down a little bit. Music bopping more than I was expecting it to pop. Fran saw that their metadata showed a significant cooling of interaction between the two of them, particularly over the past month. But Fran also saw a phone call between the two last night.
Ooh.
So they were close.
My god! I have to read that out loud.
You do, yes.
Do you think they were sleeping together?
That is completely inappropriate for me or anyone to speculate about.
Oh my fucking god, dude. Sarah, what?
Inappropriate? Adonai, it's only...
I'm getting a very important text message from my private investigator. Excuse me.
I don't know, it's just sex. What's the big idea?
Okay. Right, gotcha. Cool.
I'm gonna fucking
He-
lose my mind.
He did not build a filter on you. I think this is you, Glenn, right? I think Gabe hot potato
Yeah,
this and
that's
roll
right.
over to you, yeah.
And did you have to kill her yet?
No.
The hell, I sent you his position.
I'm at his position. I haven't spoken to Porter yet. Anyway, there's no reason to suspect him right now.
Lame.
Surprised you're invested all of a sudden. Isn't David Asher a corporate sellout in your eyes?
Everyone's a corporate sellout. But Asher's gets respect. If I'm a demolitions expert, he's like a really good architect.
And that's almost sweet, I think.
Asher started out working in Cube. And so in the architect analogy, by today's standards, he's like, I don't know. As a kid, he built all his bricks by hand. Or something.
You know that lit homework can help you with forming analogies.
Oh my
This
god!
analogy. Did that come through, or did the characters break?
God.
Dude, what?
Amazing. Amazing. Absolute cinemas. Also, sorry, I got more pings. Are they pings I have to
Yeah,
worry
I
about?
heard your phone buzz.
You heard my phone buzzing?
Yeah,
It's
we
Yeah.
did.
behind me.
It went.
There is nothing of consequence
Go,
to,
like,
to worry about. It's okay.
Okay, yay!
Yay! Yeah, it was just Blue Sky, because unfortunately, like, Blue Sky mobile push notifications alerts you for everything, which upsets me, because I'm like, hey, can I not have my phone, like, be buzzing when I'm getting, like, just likes on my stuff? No! We alert you about everything! Don't you want to know? God.
It's supposed to be a guy giving you the finger.
I take it Cube is a programming language. What's special about it?
Pretty much anything coded in the last 20 years is web-based. You code with the assumption that you'll always be connected. So you can depend on having fat libraries of references to lean on. And if something does go wrong, your errors get reported to you automatically.
But not Cube.
You can look it up. But basically, Cube was originally for robotics and like machinery. Stuff that happened that had to operate in mines under the ocean, middle of nowhere fields with zero signal service. So Cube had to be self-sufficient.
How rugged.
Right, Asher learned Cube anyway. It's older than dirt. From like the 40s.
I don't know. I think his father had a machine shop or something.
Vague.
Yeah, well, David didn't like to talk about his family, and I never asked. God. This fucking autism child.
The little eye sparkle. She's so cute.
What did your private investigator have to say, Adonai?
Not telling. The stage for the talent, pretty close to the floor. Guess it fits with the whole round table aspect of this place. Everyone's on more or less equal footing, dancing in the dark, once you get past the bouncer. Oh my
Do
god.
you think they might have met here?
David and Porter? I can't see David walking in here.
Because you found the walk so challenging?
Because it's too loud to relax. And not dark enough to be anonymous.
I see.
God, I love it when she... It's so great.
She's so cute.
What's that face? You got an opinion to share?
The atmosphere's not bad in here, but the music isn't quite.
I'll find you a survey to fill out before we leave. What kind of music does an android even like?
Early 21st century punk rock.
Is that just you, or does that go for all androids?
I haven't met all androids. I can't speak for them.
Wonder what they'd say.
If they're smart, they'd say that music peaked with early 21st century punk rock.
I like broke down halfway. It was just really funny to me.
Debate settled. No, the writing
I love
is...
this.
It's just very good charm to all the writing.
Music peaked with early 21st century punk rock.
This is true.
A bar, stocked full of colorful selections and busy bartenders. Hope this isn't the kind of club you can order food in. Only time bar food is any good is when you're drunk enough to forget the taste and the gap between chewing and swallowing. So you can, like, eat things?
Yes, I can.
What? Like, android food?
There is no such product.
So what do androids eat?
Online user guides for Noble's War models clarify that they don't eat anything in the traditional sense. They get their energy from electrical charging, usually wireless. Whenever they need to eat, it's to replenish specific vitamins and electrolytes.
Sounds a lot like what mod users go through with their sports drinks and energy bars. And charger separation anxiety.
According to the net, warm androids can ingest nutrient-rich processed carbohydrate pellets if they need to forego electrical charging long-term.
Processed pellets? You mean like kibble? Like dog food?
No, it is not like dog food at all.
Can you buy it from the pet store?
Mm,
She's Googling it.
it seems that you can.
You can?
How is this something you have to look up anyway?
Because I've always just eaten whatever father gave me.
Like what?
Marbled beef. Never hydroponic avocados. Foie gras. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Smile.
Foie gras.
Foie gras? Smile?
That's how I've always said it, but I could be entirely wrong. Never take anything I say as fact. Less than one.
Cube code, defense mid-21st century programming language. Uh-huh. You wanna take this, Em?
Cube code. Cube was a Tier 5 programming language commonly used in mid-21st century robotics. Intended to support robust behavior trees in low data stream environments, its design philosophy emphasized lean goal-oriented learning that I'm so sorry, I don't know what just happened to me.
All good.
Its design philosophy emphasized lean, goal-oriented learning that would not be reliant on the bloated libraries and always online API popularized in the 2030s. Rosa Fluff, real name unknown, first began working on Cube in 2044 as part of a student robotics project. Cube 0.9 released in 2045, and by 2048, Cube 3.1 had already found itself embedded in robotics engineering across the globe. Despite having what is considered a relatively high barrier to entry in user knowledge and execution, Cube gained widespread popularity, particularly among dissatisfied communities and third world countries where internet access would remain unreliable for the next 2 decades as regional conflicts would continue. Infamously, Contra fighter engineers utilized Cube during the 27-day siege to seize mechanized weapons from peacekeeping forces in a cyber warfare operation that is frequently cited as the key reason as to why the siege lasted as long as it did. Cube has not been developer supported since 2063 and is considered a defunct programming language. Because much of its documentation was never ported from the old net and due to its incompatibility with tenets, there is little to no corporate interest in the ongoing grassroots digital archaeology effort to archive it.
I again really love the way this game does its world building in so many different ways, right? Where like all this feels like, oh yeah, all right, everything, a lot of coding libraries becoming online and internet reliant for autofilling things and such for API. Yeah, okay, yeah, this would be the kind of thing that would develop eventually as someone going back to roots of a more back-end type thing that doesn't rely on this stuff. I don't know, I really enjoy this game's world building. Anyways,
It's good. Yeah, let me just take a fucking sip of my water real quick. Refreshing. Never Hydroponic is a movement calling for sourcing foods exclusively from farms utilizing natural sunlight. Lobbyists for the movement have made unsubstantiated claims about superior taste or nutritional value, but the label has yet to receive official state recognition, and thus the presence of the term, or terms like it, on food packaging carries no weight and is not backed by any legal guarantee. One of a number of food sourcing movements that arose in the latter half of the 21st century as rising sea levels reduced the total amount of arable land around the world and shifted the global agricultural industry towards hydroponics and vertical farms, rurally skyscrapers where each floor is utilized for food production, saving on real estate costs and reducing the impact of unstable weather on agricultural output.
Again, another thing that I'm like, yeah, that feels like a thing that could happen in our world. That feels like a lot of the writing feels really well thought out with like our present day issues that we're facing, right? And like, okay, hey, if we don't face like a heat death of the universe in the next 10 years, where does a world realistically go to? I don't know, the details they've thought of is really neat. I will continually ramble about it because it's interesting from a writing perspective.
Yeah, it is.
Hang on.
Wake up, Gabe, wake up!
Sorry, I was in the middle of drinking water.
That sort of thing.
I am not paying for any of that.
Things we know about Sarah. Likes to eat marbled beef and foie gras. Thinks Fall Out Boy is the peak of music achievement.
Isn't that also like... Doesn't that just sound like something you would feed your dog? I gotta be real.
What's foie gras again?
It's fancy shit.
Okay, that doesn't tell me what it is.
I don't know what it is exactly. I just
It
know
is
that it's...
specifically food product made of the liver of a duck or goose. According to French law, foie gras is defined as the liver of a duck or goose fattened by gavage. Whatever that is. It's a delicacy in French cuisine. Its flavor is rich, buttery, and delicate, unlike an ordinary duck or goose liver.
Okay.
So yes, it's bougie. It's bougie shit.
Okay.
All right, I've
This
checked.
child eats such strange things.
Yep.
For a child that doesn't need to eat, your palate is whack.
That one over
Sarah,
there.
have you ever had a burger?
Sarah, have you ever had a fucking burger?
You know what's going to happen. That just goes Ramlethal direction. You know that
Oh
just
my
goes
God!
Ramlethal direction. That just goes
Ramlethal
Ramlethal
moment!
direction. You hand
Let's
Sarah a burger, it's just
go!
going to be a Ramlethal moment.
Awesome.
That one
I
over
can't
there.
like it.
That one over there. He matches the photo Fran sent. Should I approach now or look around some more? I had nothing else to look around. I have hovered my mouse all over the goddamn place. We got everything. We got everything. Never fucking mind, we did not get everything. Thank
Lol,
goodness I
lol,
stopped. What kind of reading material gets left out in a club? A tabloid interview? Exclusive sit-down with luxury. You've heard her name on everyone's lips. You've seen her face in magazines and commercials, and then double-checked to make sure the photos weren't labeled as edited. Now get all your burning questions about her answered here in our exclusive interview with the mysterious young woman who's being called, and perhaps the only truly unanimous vote the net's ever seen, the most beautiful woman in the world. Why the name? People think it's an ego thing, but it was just a random username I picked back when I was grassroots. Then it was a pseudonym, to give me a little shade from all the attention. Now it's a brand, and I can't change it without setting the stock market into a spin, so... You're certainly influential. After partnering with you, Insight saw a 3,000% increase in share price. I'm happy for them, of course, but to be honest, it's pain at times like this. She gestures towards her clothes, a plain white t-shirt and gym shorts with no branding visible. On anyone else, it might seem sloppy or even unflattering on her. It only makes, even unflattering. On her, it only makes her natural beauty stand out that much more. What are you wearing, by the way? Can't wear anyone else unless I'm attending something. If I don't dress like this, all my sponsors fall into bidding wars every time I leave the house. Does it stress you, all that attention? Stress is bad for your skin, right? They say mine's flawless. Can't I argue with that? So do you have a skincare routine? Any tips you'd like to share? Be a little bratty, act a little spoiled, keeps you young. And how old are you exactly? Everyone's dying to know. 18 to 29, now and forever. Don't get stuck on a cliffhanger like that. Hurry, log in below so you can read the rest. This is probably the singer that we read about before, I imagine, right? Probably.
Maybe? I
I
don't know.
don't know. Well, however old she is or isn't, Luxury's got one hell of a mind for business. Is it? Because we read about another one somewhere around here, but yeah, it's fine. It'll come up eventually. It'll come up eventually. It might do her more good than that face in the end. Maybe. It's one hell of a face. In the meantime, she's... powerless?
I mean,
Trapped between a rock and a hard place. If she steps out of line, her sponsors will bleed each other dry in bidding wars for wardrobe's limited real estate. It's no skin off her back. She's already got more money than she could ever spend. But corporations can't afford to not keep growing, so they never reach a point where they can afford to lose. She's smart enough to take advantage of that. Good for her. Okay, I was wrong. Yippee. Anyways, character design.
Jesus Christ.
Now that she does have power, she just can't wear things. Okay, yeah, that's him alright. Looks like he's killing time before he sets tonight.
Are you unsure how to proceed, Adonai?
I'm sure that you need to hang back. As for me, I'll... Hello, Arcana. Play it cool, play it straight. I don't know that straight is a word in our playbook at all. Hey there. Which of you two is taking this one?
I have my weird girl.
What's up, Glenn?
what?
Nuns. Just thinking about an
Totally
old
got
meme.
this straight. Okay.
It's related to that.
I think this one's for you, Glenn, if you want it.
This is
Yeah.
falling in your hands.
I'm gonna be right back super fast, but feel free to continue. Sorry, doggy moment.
Doggy.
That's good.
Some sick beats out there on the floor. God, Morgan, no, that feels so... Morgan.
You told
How
her
do you
to
Morgan.
play
do,
it
fellow
cool.
kids?
Morgan.
You told her to play. You told a
Morgan.
lover to play it cool. What did you think was gonna
Okay,
happen?
playing it cool in my head is being completely neutral and just being fine. God
That's
damn it.
straight.
Fucking bullshit. Some sick...
Plain
Yummy,
shit.
yummy a fucking... I can load this if I want to.
You would be loading back all the way to the beginning of this fucking scene. You'd have
And I
to
can
do
skip
everything
the-
over again.
I can skip over everything. No, it's fine. Some sick beats out there on the floor, right?
Sick beats.
Yeah, or whatever. Man. Okay, never mind. This is so much funnier.
Yeah, man.
Hell?
Oh my god, wait.
Cop or something?
Oh my god.
This isn't a cop bar.
You chose wrong.
And you aren't really dressed as like a cop. Goddamn. You're media, aren't you? Fucking vultures, man.
Perhaps I should start over. My name's Morgan. Goddamn. Okay. Gotcha. That was cringe as fuck. Oh my god.
You were cringe. Take psychic damage
Oh,
now.
did you fumble?
So I decided to play it cool. You wanna know what Morgan said? First thing out of her
Hmm.
fucking mouth? Sick beats on the floor, huh?
What's wrong with you?
And then
Morgan
she-
came out swinging with the "How do you do, fellow kids?"
She
and she took so
literally-
much psychic damage.
She's like, hey, some sick beats out there on the floor,
Or
right?
whatever,
sick
man."
beats, or whatever, man. And we immediately got penalized 2 fucking points.
Alright.
I'll take
That's
it. It's
on
funny.
you.
That's funny.
The fumble.
My name's Morgan. I was David's friend. I'm currently his lawyer. Can we talk?
Not here.
Thanks, Isaac. Right. God. Goddamn cool guy. Absolute cool guy.
183 centimeters tall.
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 Fucking hell.
I think that's 83. 183. That's our height. That's our height, M.
Yeah.
6 foot.
Musician, bassist, likes itineraries, grilling, champagne, resistance training, producers, ads. Best at gift giving, worst at folding laundry. Favorite quote, I don't do requests.
I don't do requests.
Thanks, Isaac.
Yeah.
Don't thank me yet. I might just sit here, shut my mouth, and stick you into a tab. So what kind of lawyer are you? What kind of friend?
Let's do that. There we go. I'm his defense attorney.
I think you missed the bus on that, then, yeah?
And I'm a friend that needs to know what happened yesterday.
Doesn't everyone? Try somewhere else, friendly lawyer. Haven't seen him in weeks.
You might not have seen him, but we both know that you spoke with him over the phone yesterday. Only a short time before he died.
How the hell?
Isaac, it's pretty obvious that you don't want this particular spotlight to linger on you any longer than necessary, so why don't we cut to the chase? No lies, no playing coy. Oh my gosh,
Fine.
hello, Suki. Bitch, where the fuck have you been? Hello, darling. I hope you've been well. Let me give you a shout out. I hope you've been doing well. You're doing art times. God, yeah, it's been a minute since I've heard from you. Damn. Yes, hi. Stealing my job? There's sometimes I see someone, I'm like, I have not fucking talked to you or seen from you in a minute. I'm shouting you out myself. Look at you. Look at me. Oh yeah, I don't think you've seen the 3D model. Yeah, I don't believe you've seen the 3D model. Huh, yeah. For those unacquainted, Suki is a fantastic fucking artist. Absolutely love them. And I miss them every day. I don't get to talk to them. But you've been busy with life as I understand it, everything. I hope things have been going well for you, especially in this hell state of the world currently. Anyways. Yeah, that's the rough expression I was expecting. Sarah.
Yes, Adonai?
The hell? Is that thing transmitting?
I am not streaming any data, no.
Porter doesn't seem to recognize Sarah either. One more person David was keeping secrets from. I need to record everything for the courts.
Fine.
You two were together, is that correct?
We were together. I ended it.
Oh, wait.
Oh my god,
oh
they
my god.
were!
Oh my god.
Sarah was right.
Sarah was right. They were banging.
Gay, homosexual, gay.
Gay. And no worries, Suki. Yeah, feel free to DM me anytime. It's so wonderful to hear from you. I'm glad to hear from you. We're currently playing Of the Devil, which is very gay. Oh.
Yesterday.
Oh. Okay.
Damn. Perfect time, I guess.
Can we also talk of how fucking trans mask he feels? Like, god damn.
God damn! Tits out and everything!
Tits on everything. Care to elaborate?
On our entire relationship?
Look, you can tell me everything once, and I can get it on record. Or you can hear the same questions over and over again from 1,000 different cops and Megs for the next 3 months.
We met in a bar. I'd seen him coming a few times. Each time with someone else. Each time talking with his mouth, but not looking with his eyes. It ticked me off. Scribbling on napkins and letting a single gin and tonic sweat onto the table for 2 hours. Dates would all go to the bathroom or take a call and slip out the back. One of them didn't make it 10 minutes. And he'd still sit there and the rest of the night unfazed. Couldn't tell if he was oblivious or stupid or shameless or the most confident man in the world.
Sorry, just the image of David, fucking most confident man at the world, just sitting at the bar and like,
have you seen this guy? Do you think he's confident?
like, man.
And he ticked me off. One night, things were slow and my set had been cancelled. This day didn't even bother to think of an excuse before bailing, so I asked him why he insisted on coming there, night after night. Just ignore vapid people he wasn't interested in at a shitty bar with drinks he didn't like. And he just said, because I like your music. Man, did that tick me off. It was cute, early on. Him being so passionate about working, I could barely pretend to understand. And I liked that we gave each other space, you know? Felt like we were being mature, or whatever.
Until
There was no until. No one day where everything turned sour. But at some point, I started to understand where his priorities were. And how I ranked in them. Like I said, he was passionate about his work. I just wrongly assumed that he would also be that passionate about me at some point. So I pulled away a little. Wanted to see if he'd notice. If he'd miss me. Testing him. Like that isn't the biggest red flag in the world.
hey, at least you recognize it yourself.
He never budged. I could ignore him for days. He wouldn't be the least bit ashamed to see me. If I picked a fight, he'd never get angry or upset. He'd just apologize. He didn't want to fight with me. Guess he was never invested enough to bother. It was my mistake. I watched him sit there all those nights, not giving a shit when people walked away, and still and the stupid idea that somehow, for whatever reason, I would be different. That I would be special. But I wasn't, so I ended it.
Last night.
I called him. Didn't expect him to pick up. I had everything prepared to leave a message with an assistant or ad or whatever. But he answered. First ring. Without hesitation, shame, or awkwardness. That ticked me off. So I told him exactly how he valued he had made me feel the past few months. I told him exactly how insignificant I felt as the boyfriend of the illustrious Dr. David Asher.
And what did he say?
He apologized. And then he asked me if that wasn't all I can call to ask and tell him.
Oof.
I hung up after that.
Oh boy, we are
God,
dealing
that's
with the
fucking
most
miserable. Oh my god.
yeah, and also most autistic fucking person on the planet, right? Like,
I mean, yeah.
like I'm looking at
But
that, I'm like,
wow, that's fucking miserable.
yeah.
Jesus Christ,
Sorry,
man.
buddy. You got hooked up with the most autistic man on the planet, and it's not a bad thing that he's the most autistic man on the planet. It's just
Didn't work out, dude.
it maybe wasn't the best click.
Jeez.
Can I stop being pink and blue sky? Okay, no.
Spent the rest of the night wrapped up in warm disdain for him and his coldness. He had made that easy for me. I went to sleep hurt, but clean, ready for something new. And then this morning, I woke up to see that my ex killed himself not 2 hours after he let me walk out of his life without so much as a don't. What the hell, man? What the hell, dude? And now, here's just the tip of an iceberg of lawyers and reporters and buzzards. Parasites who want to hear about the The man who sent David Asher over the edge. I'd have wanted to be his last lifeline, or the shroud that broke his back. I just wanted to be his goddamn boyfriend. Turns out, I was asking for a bit much.
It's yet to be determined whether David committed suicide.
You serious?
You don't have all the facts.
And you do? Any one of them point to anything else? Thought so.
Thanks for your time. I'll let you get back to it.
That's it? No summons?
The court has no need for you to retell a sad story like that.
The court, huh?
Sorry to bother you at work. Sarah, let's go.
Your discography is very impressive.
Yeah. Thanks.
And your range is remarkable. So it pained me to see that all your works in the last quarter have been so melancholy. I think
Well, what the hell would you know about any of that? What's the matter? Can't find the words? You need to steal them from somewhere first, butcher them before shitting them back out?
It was not trained on any datasets that...
Nah, pardon me. My mistake, really. Not your fault you're only standing here because of rich prick nerds who were allowed to rob the world blind for most of the century.
Sarah, we're leaving.
Hmm.
What the hell was that about?
He was under the false impression that I was programmed using a massive automated learning model, an early 21st century.
Not that. Why'd you talk to him?
Hmm. I wanted to. I just felt that I should say something to him.
A word of advice. People don't want comfort from strangers, especially when they're androids. They want it from the people they want it from. Coming from anywhere else, it's just corn syrup on a parched tongue. Doesn't matter how sweet it is, they'll just start gagging.
You know a lot about people, don't you, Adonai?
Compared to you, I'm a goddamn savant.
Hmm.
Come on, there's not much time left.
Is there still somewhere you want to investigate?
Somewhere I need to return to, actually. Porter was right. As things stand, I don't have any evidence that could establish an alternative interpretation of the facts. But if there did exist hard evidence that could prove his death wasn't a suicide, there's only one place I could find it at this point. I love the way this game balances all of its elements. My god. Oh, okay. Just really well written game. Really fantastically written characters. I cannot get over it.
Ugh.
Noble employee housing building. Pladia. Penthouse basement.
The basement. You sure you don't want another look at the crime scene?
I'm all out of time. Gotta approach this from the other angle.
The other angle?
You know, inductive versus deductive. Flip the chessboard and all that. Haven't you ever read a mystery novel?
I've seen mystery films.
Well, let's see if you paid any attention then. What killed David Asher?
Poison.
10 points.
There's a point system.
Now, how did that poison get into his bloodstream?
He must have ingested it orally.
And how do we know that?
The medical examiner found no injection marks or wounds.
And if he had inhaled it?
Inhaled it? Why?
Leave the whys to someone who actually understands them.
I won't be able to understand anything if I don't practice.
Practice by answering my question.
I suppose it's possible. But highly unlikely we would have found a delivery system for it in the building, like an inhaler.
Right. An airborne poison is either shoved in your face or sprayed over a wide area. And no one around David has shown any kind of symptoms. So all we're left is oral intake.
Eliminating the impossible. What's next, Adonai?
Critter!
Young's corroborated statement was that David didn't exhibit any irregular symptoms or behavior until he started drinking that night. And the police didn't find anything unusual in any of the food or drink in his home.
Except for his cup, the results were inconclusive.
Young was drinking from the same bottle and the same type of cup, but didn't get sick. We have to conclude, then, that David's cup alone was poisoned.
That all seems logical. And consistent with the police's theory of suicide. So, why are we down here?
Minus 10 points.
Back to 0.
David left the parlor and came back with whiskey and 2 cups. Young told us as much, and apparently the cameras upstairs support her story.
So, we have to conclude then that he got them both from this bar.
Better. 5 points. Did he also get the poison from the cabinet? Oh my god. I love it every time that they are making the same pose.
The little match!
The police have been in here since we left. According to their ARCS file, they didn't find anything that matches the poison down here. Sorry, I was thinking about the point system again.
So the poison somehow went straight into his drinking cup then. I need to flip this around again.
But if he turned something 360 degrees, you're just back to...
If I were the prosecution, what would I want more than anything? Proof that David knowingly added the poison himself.
He wouldn't do that.
And you can make that claim because there's no video evidence to contradict you. How long was David off camera?
From 7:36 p.m. to 7:40 p.m. when he left the parlor to get liquor from this bar.
So if we had David on camera for those 4 minutes, and he didn't poison himself in that time?
He would have had a perfect alibi for the crime.
Proving his innocence.
But, Adonai, we don't have footage of that. There are no security cameras down here.
I think there are. God, I love this fucking game.
What do you mean?
This whole building is coated head to toe in Penumbra's security systems, courtesy of Noble. Every console, every corner, every android on every floor, it's all plugged into Penumbra. Except that.
That panel is...
Manufactured by Cotter Security Systems. Why would David put on a console for a different security system in exactly one corner of his penthouse?
I've never given it much thought.
Well, it's been bothering me all day. But my curiosity alone can't scale a 64-digit wall.
You mean...
Signal hijacking, or whatever you want to call it. Have you tried it before?
It is illegal and unnecessary. Father would not. He would not have installed hidden cameras in his own home.
At the end of the day, I can't make you do anything. Well, actually, I probably can now that you're registered to me. But aren't you the one who wanted to prove his innocence?
Eliminate the impossible. I will need your express verbal command.
Not like David can press charges against us at this point. Do it. Did you really need me to say that?
For the purposes of record keeping, yes.
If you...
I've gotten past the 64-digit code, and I have found cameras. There are a number of them embedded in the room's walls and ceilings. As you theorize, they are on a separate network from the rest of the building.
Where are they feeding to, if not the penumbra system?
Behind my hibernation unit.
A false wall in the back of a safe.
I don't understand. Why would Father possibly have a hidden system of cameras inside his own home?
Beats me. He was brilliant, more than a little odd. Throw in a little money and odd becomes eccentric.
I see. I think.
I don't. The hell was he thinking? What was he afraid of? Why didn't he come to me for... Time short. Gather facts now. Leave the computation for later. Yeah, I was hoping they would have this. What's the story with this, anyway? Some kind of fault in the foundation?
I don't know. I've never noticed that crack before.
Might want to get those eyes checked.
There's nothing wrong with my vision. This crack just must have been created during my most recent hibernation.
Oh.
How? Did David drop a weight? A bunch of times over and over in the same spot.
The fuck
I
happened
thought
down there?
she would have created it by when, like, I assumed that they were having her do weights down here.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
What did David even do with all this equipment? Dry his laundry?
What makes you so sure he wasn't exercising?
Did you ever see him use any of this crap?
No. But he must have used the weights when I wasn't looking. Since he promised me that he'd take better care of his health.
Sarah, these weights are all maxed out. David couldn't have put up numbers like these even if he was piloting a frame.
Don't be so sure, Adonai.
Pardon?
The following is a true story based on primary sources who were present for the event and its aftermath. Copenhagen, 1981, 8:10 a.m. local time. A towering man with the musculature of a world-class professional rugby player enters the Global Donkey Bank on Frederiksberg Lane. He explains to the bank teller that he has a bomb in his suitcase and that he wants his gym bag filled with unmarked bills. A security guard approaches him from behind with a nightstick and swings. But the man simply catches the weapon and bends it into a twisted knot with his massive dinner plate-sized hands. When asked to describe the suspect to the police afterwards, the teller had only this to say. That man was all muscle. The rest of the bank heist proceeds without incident, and the man exits the building just as police arrive on scene, when suddenly, his suitcase explodes. But it's just a smokescreen. Local officers quickly recognize the ploy and rush towards the door, grabbing each of the hostages as they flee while desperately searching for the perpetrator. What they find instead is a diminutive, frail, sheepish young man, barely 160 centimeters tall, holding a gym bag full of money with no recollection of how he got there. Renowned psychologist and trained hypnotist Dr. Werner Kritzer wrote the following in his diagnosis. Acute dissociative identity disorder. That's right. The man had a split personality. And so great was the disparity between his two halves that when they switched control, he physically changed, becoming taller, bulkier, and capable of previously unthinkable feats of strength. So be careful what you say about a man like Father can't do, just because of how he looks on the outside.
Sarah, every single word you just said was false.
Yeah, that's not how that works. Not how that works in the slightest. Sarah!
That was what I was expecting. I'm like, This is gonna be hot bullshit, isn't it? Don't believe everything you read on the net.
I like that you get points for that.
That was a completely optional conversation that you did not have to engage with in the slightest, and I kind of fucking love it. Right, that is a different thing, yeah. Liquor cabinet this mystery hinges on. The police have been through it all by now, and they didn't find foreign contents in any of the spirits. No poison to be found here. Well, not that kind of poison anyway. In which case, can I make you anything?
Well, if you're offering, I'll have.
Sorry, you're way underage, aren't you? 2 years old or whatever?
Technically.
Took that one a lot worse than I expected. Cheer up. Maybe you'll find a mocktail if you climb to the top of that ladder.
This is a rolling ladder, a kind of stepladder.
No shot!
No way! No fucking way!
God
Oh my
fucking
god!
damn
This is an Ace Attorney bit. This is an Ace Attorney bit for the record.
God fucking damn
Oh
it!
my god!
Ladder.
No, it's a step ladder, Sarah. I promise. Fuck! I cannot believe
I can't fucking believe it, dude. I like died midway through.
you can't just pull out the fucking step ladder argument in the middle of any old visual novel.
Oh my god. Sorry, stepladders versus ladders is a bit that happens in every single fucking Ace Attorney game. It's crazy.
They make
Amazing.
So I
they made one offhand comment about it one time in the first game, and then it just turned into a series-long running bit that could not be stopped for a single goddamn second.
That's fantastic, and I'll look forward to it when we play it later this year.
It's keep track of who's on what side of the ladder step ladder argument. There's layers.
Oh my god.
This
God.
is a rolling ladder, a kind of stepladder, not a ladder.
I had a feeling, like, even before you started explaining it, I'm like, this is an Ace Attorney bit, isn't it?
Dude, this killed me bad. I saw the.
Good game. Good game.
What?
Remember, a ladder extends, but a stepladder folds out.
And
It's important to know the distinction.
I bet my life savings that this subject will never come up again. Ever.
You'll see.
God damn it.
Peak
I
game.
can't fucking believe they did the fucking stepladder bit.
They're a detective visual novel who clearly knows their roots. God fucking.
That was so funny.
So is that the original?
It was appraised and confirmed to be genuine.
I loved also that, like, they could have done that bit at the beginning of this episode, right? They could have done that bit at the beginning of this episode. We had the chance, but no, they waited on it.
They waited on it.
At least he didn't get ripped off. I'm a Philistine when it comes to this kind of stuff. What does an android say?
I see a meeting. Or perhaps an encounter. Two apex forces of nature, two kings of the forest. The stag and the tiger. I think.
Great. I'm officially less cultured than the robot. Alright, let's refocus here. So there's some kind of hidden door behind your bunk bed, huh?
Essentially, though a bunk bed would imply a second or third.
How do we open it?
One moment. I see.
Got it open already?
I cannot open this door.
Why?
It is a Tethys Basics sturdy cure? How do you say that?
The anti-hack feature in the name is real?
It's a closed system, Adonai.
The hell am I supposed to do now?
Strange. There was an if-then toggle enabled on the security parameters.
I don't follow.
When Father last adjusted the settings here, he made it so that the door would never open so long as I was hibernating.
And he made it so I was the only one who could wake her up. Meaning this is a door that only I can open.
It'll be a 6-character password, some combination of numbers or letters. Did you and Father have any influential moments that in your life that revolved around a 6-letter word?
Nothing comes to mind. Is there a code word that he knew only I could learn?
Shit. Morgan?
It couldn't be that.
Sure,
Oh, I wish I could check my log here.
Not allowed, Smile.
No? Yep. No.
M-O-R-G. Was that your name you just tried?
It's 6 characters, isn't it?
Yes, but it's not exactly secure, Adonai. Anyone who knew you and Father were close could have tried guessing it.
Hmm.
Was there somewhere that only the two of you knew?
We even fucking read? What would we even fucking read?
Adonai is a 6-letter word.
Adonai is a 6-letter word, yeah. I guess it would. That's the best possible thing. I don't know whatever the fuck else we would read.
I straight up don't know.
I mean, I don't see why trying Adonai
Yeah.
wouldn't work.
A nickname. Pretty much everyone just calls me Morgan, but not everyone. There we go. Yep.
Yep, I knew it, baby.
It's opening. What was the password, Adonai?
You'd never guess. Yeah. Did feel a bit out of character, David utilizing so much cloak and dagger tech. And I'd definitely been struggling with the idea of him doing home improvement. But one step in here, and it all makes sense. It's a panic room.
Scary.
A panic room is a place for rich people to hide, and when people start bouncing bricks off their windows. They're typically not even on the blueprints.
So when Noble built this penthouse for one of their executives,
Someone slipped this into the mix, and it's remained in Noble's blind spot ever since. All David had to do was repurpose it. Make sure you're capturing all of this. I don't want to miss my one chance because of a discovery technicality.
I understand, but you needn't specify. My memory is flawless. I can play back visuals, ground, sounds, sensations. I can even give detailed reports on air particulates. Oh my god, what?
You mean you can smell?
Better than any human, and some canines.
So does it smell stale in here to you?
Stale?
It doesn't to me. Almost like someone's been in here recently. Almost like someone visits here frequently. Alright, let's try booting up the computer.
You don't think the console is password protected?
2 physical doors, a 64-digit code, a half-ton android, and a secret phrase. If David said a password on his PC after all that, I'm going back to the morgue to have a word with him. Good. It's already signed in. I love this. I love this visual so much.
What framing?
You're looking for camera footage?
I'd also settle for a note plainly stating that he feared for his life.
Hmm.
What am I doing? Here, You search for video files. They'll probably be timestamped and formatted for short-range devices.
I have the subfolder. The cameras stream live data constantly, but the files are clipped at fairly regular intervals. Once every week, it seems. The most recent video file here has footage going back 8 days. It was accessed yesterday, around 4 p.m.
You were asleep then, so the only person who could get in here at that time is David himself. Alright, let's see it then.
Of course. It's just that I am having difficulty.
Morgan, I don't think it's that kind of difficulty.
Morgan?
Morgan, I don't think it's that kind of.
Morgan?
Morgan.
Morgan?
Try double-clicking.
I've been trying to open the files from the moment I discovered them, Adonai. But they are encrypted.
Yeah, Morgan is the type of person who'd be like,
Try double-clicking.
try double-clicking.
Did you turn it off and turn it back on again?
Damn it, David. You leave me enough clues to get this far, but you won't let me use your computer. What's the brand on the encryption program? If I rush a subpoena, they might have a backdoor I could bluff them into.
These files were not encrypted with any commercially available tool. This appears to be Father's own work.
Shit.
Oh, we're not accessing this shit.
If David Asher hand wrote the encryption on these files, there's no one alive who could... Hey, was Dawes just flattering you back there? Or is your processing power really that special?
Adonai,
Can you break his encryption? Yes or no?
with enough time,
And how much time would that be?
I would estimate it at 2 to 6 hours.
It's a 4-hour window.
No matter how sophisticated, encryption is still just a code that must be deciphered. And when deciphering any code, progress proceeds exponentially, which makes it particularly difficult to determine the amount of time required to complete the process.
2 to 6 hours. I don't have any better options. Get started.
I started 4 minutes and 23 seconds ago.
Finally showing some initiative. But you've been talking to me this whole time.
I have the ability to analyze data in parallel by utilizing subconscious processes, so long as the work required is rote.
So you're doing it in the back of your head?
Actually, I'm speaking to you in the back of my head.
Huh.
I could give the decryption process my full undivided attention, but I would become non-responsive.
Hey, that's a pretty nifty feature. I'll have to keep that in mind. Alright, can you take this show on the road? Or do we have to rip this computer out of the wall and find a battery?
I've copied the encrypted files and will work on them as we travel. We can leave whenever you're ready.
Still can't believe David let me get this far, just to shut the door in my face at the last second. But he did let me get this far. And the computer is not the only thing in here. The cabinets are a lot less eye-catching than his computer, but knowing David, that's all the more reason to check. Lots of paperwork, bonds and holdings, a platinum bar. His birth certificate might be nearly as valuable. Can't imagine what people would pay to steal David Asher's identity. And down here at the bottom, a binder. Noble's logo on the front, and in the middle, enough pages to dwarf one of those phone books you'd see in period pieces. They're masking it in legalese even on the table of contents, but basically, this is an employment contract. Hold on to this for me.
It must be very important if you're giving it to me.
It's certainly very happy.
Was there anything else in there?
Expecting an updated copy of his will to show up?
It is a possibility, isn't it?
Maybe in a corny old murder mystery.
A widely beloved and respected genre with over 2 centuries of...
There is something else. Your papers.
that Evangeline Morgan be given immediate and complete ownership of the android designated Sarah.
It stated it to a few weeks back. Had he already made up his mind about all of this? If he had, why did he hide this where no one else could find it? Was I just a backup plan? Well, at least we got something a bit more concrete than Starling's word now.
Her word should be plenty, shouldn't it?
Full text details compensation grounds for dismissal, definitions for what constitutes a breach of contract, how arbitrations would be handled. Not a light read. Evangeline Morgan is to be given absolute ownership, signed and dated over 2 weeks ago. A tax-free transaction, fortunately. Not enough people realize how precious you are. Oh my
Oh, yay!
god. As a collector's item.
Immediate expression change.
We've yet to meet one person who knows what the hell you are. But Noble could have easily argued that you fall under private technology or physical holdings. Unless I add something like this.
Sorry, I got. Give me 1 second.
All good?
Midstream. Stop asking me to do things. I'll die. Okay. Hi.
Emily, you can't just resort to violence in the meantime while Gabe's busy checking things.
How am I gonna entertain myself otherwise, huh?
You know? Valid.
It's
Okay.
I always resort to violence in the meantime. It's what I do.
It's good that you do, then. I'm glad that Father wanted me to go with a friend of his.
Yeah. This'll get me a huge tax write-off when I donate you to a for-profit college.
You could at least pick a charitable institution.
It's just an old saying. All colleges have been for-profit since the 60s.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
You can cheer up in the car. Hail us a ride to the courthouse. Priority.
There is an upcharge at this hour for priority transportation.
That's irritating. But I'd like to have more than just a few minutes to prepare once we get there.
The upcharge is a multiplier of 5.7.
I'll prepare on the way over.
Very good, Adonai.
Fuck, they're
Amazing.
charging me 5.7. Nah, man, I'll just take a slow car, whatever.
Look, how much
Fuck
can
it.
the upcharge be? 5.7. Right, fuck me. Alright, nope, never mind. Look,
Slow ass car.
look, I put all my convenience money towards smoking in non-legal zones.
I put all my convenience money towards smoking in all legal zones and the gun I just bought. I don't have the money for this.
Does it excite you, going into courtrooms?
What do you mean?
You don't feel the tension in the air as the audience murmurs amongst themselves. You don't feel a fiery sense of justice rising in your gut as the prosecution smirks at your ragtag assembly of witnesses.
I'm headcanoning that Sarah has in fact played the Ace Attorney series.
I am a very huge fan of the Ace Attorney series.
Do you really think this is going to be like some kind of movie where the good guys save the day?
Probably not. Though, that would be nice if it were.
What's your deal anyway? Did David train you off a movie marathon from hell or something?
We did watch films together, if that's what you're asking. Though he rarely was the one who suggested it.
So you were the aggressor. What's an android get out of watching a flick anyway?
What do I get?
Why do you do? Why do you do it? What's your reason?
I'm not sure how to answer your question.
Never mind. Forgot what I was talking to.
I like the performances.
Sure. There you go. Got a crush on Humphrey Bogart or something?
He's a handsome man.
He is attractive, but that's besides the point.
But it's not the actors I like so much as their performance.
Mm.
The truth is, besides father, I have very little experience when it comes to people.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice.
The biggest autism creature in the world.
Besides
I
her
read the
father.
net.
Besides her father,
Okay,
yes.
actually, her father's not an autism creature. Sarah, autism creature. Fucking David, autistic.
Yeah.
Autism man and autism creature are two very different areas on the autism spectrum.
I read the net, and I watch people and what they share of their lives. But it's all so subtle, so hard to follow. There are so many unspoken rules that can't be taught, only learned, and I often struggle to grasp them.
Hmm.
You're all so complex, so detailed. But the characters on screen are exaggerated, larger than life. The actors enunciate, their body language is precise and meaningful. Their faces are bright and softly lit, and their eyes are. It's fiction. So these characters and their stories, they have a beginning, a middle, and end. And the people on screen don't ask anything of you except your attention. You can't disappoint them or make them feel awkward. You can just watch and learn. But what about you, Adonai?
What about me?
Do you like movies?
Yeah, sure. Back when I was a kid.
Really? Who was your favorite director? What was your favorite film?
It was a long time ago. I don't remember. 6:05 p.m., July 1st, 2086. State Building. Floor 48.
Can I? Oh, continue. Sorry.
What's up, game?
What were you gonna say?
I think we're about to go into the case here.
Yeah, I think we are.
We're under 2 hours in. I think we can do this.
We can try. Smile. See what happens.
Things are quieter than I expected here at the courthouse. Though I've always felt courthouse is a bit of a misnomer. Government building is probably the best way to describe these towers, all encompassing and impenetrably vague. 100 floors of officials and documents and paper pushing queues, with a couple dozen courtrooms squeezed in along the way. Didn't think I'd be here arguing in court when I woke up today. Didn't think that my friend would be dead, or that I'd have thrust an android onto my lap either. I could just walk in there and concede. Emma would be irritated, and more than a little confused, but I could play it off as an exercise in grief. The android would complain loudly, of course, but I wouldn't have to listen to it. Now that it's registered in my name, I could probably just order the damn thing to reset its memory. But I haven't done that, and I guess I don't plan to. Why? It must be because I have my suspicions as well. Sarah insists that David would never commit suicide, and I haven't actually stopped to ask myself whether or not I agree. David was rational, subdued, private, hard on himself, and not prone to emotional outbursts. So maybe that's why I'm finding myself outside a courtroom, prepared to humor and add suspicions over the state. Because I don't really believe David killed himself either. What's your progress at?
I can confirm that I am making progress.
Well, shit. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
But it would be difficult to summarize that progress in terms of a completion percent.
Give it your best shot anyway.
4%. Are you feeling confident in your case?
I'm telling you this now. she's gonna finish like right towards the end of the case, and
Yep.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
it's gonna be a repeat of like last time with that picture coming in and like making our lives so much easier, right?
It's gonna be that conclusive evidence that like comes in at the end, and then we're like, oh fuck, and then we use it, and then we win this file.
Yep. Markedly less so after hearing that.
Do you think the judge will be amenable to your argument?
What are you talking about?
Do you know the judge we've been assigned? Are they particularly lenient or strict?
Adjutants are always a coin flip, so
Hmm.
you do know what an adjutant is, don't you?
Uh,
Are you expecting to see a bearded old man with a robe and gavel when we get in there?
Alright, man.
Uh-huh.
should I not?
She totally played Ace Attorney.
Adjutants are android judges, okay? With all the authority that entails.
I am surprised to hear that people are willing to accept rulings made by automated dependents.
Rulings come from landmark cases in the higher courts. Those are passed down by actual judges, real people with decades of study and experience. But not every eviction case or traffic ticket that ends up in court requires years of legal expertise. Sometimes all you need is a referee and a sentencing algorithm.
So, androids are used to reduce caseload.
Let's read on this now. Emily, would you like to take it away?
Adjutants. Noun. Commercial name for automated defendant judicial models. Adjutants are automated dependents that preside over trials for the state. While most adjutants are designed and sold as software and then loaded onto courthouse-specific hardware, including android bodies, they can interpret trial proceedings and render judgment entirely on stenographer records if need be, ruling on cases in an entirely digital capacity. Reviews of adjutants by third parties has shown that they are overwhelmingly more equitable and even-handed in their sentencing than human judges. Because they cannot be bribed or intimidated, adjutants are especially preferred for cases involving organized crime or corporate misconduct. Adjutants use a ninefold personality engram for rendering their judgments and building consensus, known as the nonary system among software engineers. Nonary? Because
I
each
thought
of
of
these
it
nine
too.
personas
Nonary?
are
Nonary?
Wait.
Nonary?
I'm sorry. Nine nonary personas, huh?
Nine?
What,
Nonary?
9 persons? Whoa, I wonder if there's 9
Nine?
hours and possibly 9 doors.
My god.
Nonary? Persona?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, we can absolutely say that they named it as such, but
They know.
they know.
Because each of these 9
Hi,
personas
Shaper.
are constructed by a different think tank or institution from across the political spectrum, ideological contamination in adjutant units is particularly impossible. There have been a small number of reported cases where nonary processing has borne particularly enthusiastic or eccentric personas, presumably to an unorthodox, if not effective, attempt to reconcile particularly disparate opinions across their 9 continuate personalities with a single, authoritative, loud voice. With the state's court backlog essentially cleared for the past half-decade, questions arose as to the continued need for adjutants to lighten the judicial system's human resource burden. But Senate Investigative Committee 74JD91 determined that removing adjutants from the legal system would be prohibitively expensive at this point.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Plus, I mean, this is a good reason in itself, right? It's just like, all right, having a program's judge that cannot be manipulated, probably a good thing. In some cases, of course, right?
I do get that it's like much easier to handle when you have like a shit ton of like traffic
Yeah.
like cases.
Probably makes it swifter to handle and all.
Especially because I assume that this city is like fuck huge, like gigantic.
Oh,
I'm
probably.
sure the city is gigantic.
Like city of Library Verna.
Possibly. I don't know if city level city, but it would be a good chance.
Is this city like a city level city? What the fuck are you talking about?
What does that mean? What do you mean by this?
You know, been that way for decades.
You had to be there, I guess.
But how was a law that replaces judges ever enforced? Wouldn't there be injunctions? Stalling?
Judges did fight it for years, at every level and in every theater. But the public lost their patience for that kind of obstruction during the 60s. The state needed to shred budgets across the board, and so judges that couldn't be replaced by years of legal battles were instead ushered into early retirement by the unrelenting force of our great nation's accountants.
And it's not controversial, having machines determine sentencing for human beings.
Whatever controversy there is, it gets aimed at the machines, not the people who put them there. And the machines can't lose sleep over it. Besides, it used to be that even the most high profile of crimes wouldn't get a court date until weeks or months later. Nowadays, most crimes are prosecuted within a single business week. Yeah, that's like entirely the thing I think of, right? It's like, alright, you can actually get your foot in the door. Sure, it's with a like by code neutral entity, but that's kind of maybe good so long as you trust the code, obviously.
And that's not rushing things.
Keeps people in my line of work on their toes, that's for sure.
I'm just surprised to hear that there's so much haste.
Don't they teach you about classical conditioning in Android school? You gotta feed the dog immediately after you ring the bell. If punishment doesn't follow the crime in quick succession, the lesson doesn't stick.
I see.
We're getting a lot of dog analogies this current session.
I know. Are they cooking? Question marks.
But if adjutants are so effective, why aren't they used in every trial? Why aren't they used in politics?
That's a logical question to ask.
And the answer is...
And that logic only gets you so far when it comes to people.
Doesn't everyone want the courts to be just as possible? If adjutants were truly impartial and incorruptible.
Everyone wants justice, sure. But there are other considerations to be had.
Such as...
Disgust.
What?
That's all people really care about. What all their mortals boil down to. Just what they do or don't find disgusting. Only problem is, everything's more palatable when viewed through a screen. So when everyone sees the world through AR and cameras and no one ever gets dirt under their fingernails, you'd be surprised what you can get away with.
I don't understand.
Yeah, well, therein lies the problem. Judge, there's a lot of nuance and such.
There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
Hi, Dougie.
6:24 p.m., July 1st, 2086. Courtroom 48-D.
Oh, there she is. Oh,
Uh,
courtroom.
Before we go too much further,
You wanna take a break?
not even take a break, I just wanted to report something that I found.
Yeah?
I was trying to get a feel of how long other people took to finish the game from the point we are currently at.
Yeah?
Like 4 or 5 more hours?
Oh.
What's the feel, gang? What's the feel? Do we wanna...
We can go a little further tonight. I'm just saying, like, this is most likely not going to be a finishing the game stream. I just want to make sure that expectation's set.
We could get to the end of this scene before we actually go into the case itself, if we would like. We could...
Oh, do you want to do, like, the whole case in, like, one day?
No, I mean, like, we could get to the end of this scene before we go into the case itself and then call it and do the case next stream if we want. We're at the exact crossroads that we were talking about last time, right? Is that we either make this a short stream and then have next stream be long, or like we're at the crossroads, or we go through the case and then save like the wrap up for next stream and then do like the bonus episodes and such. We got multiple options we can go for, but yeah, that was roughly what I was expecting. That or we take like a 10-minute break to get ourselves all ready to do fucking 4 more hours.
I don't think we should do that long tonight. I'm not even saying we need to wrap in the next, 10 minutes or whatever. I'm just saying, like, don't proceed forward expected to go until the end of court, because, God.
Well, that's what I'm saying is I'm like, we can either cut off here shortly and then do the court all in one chunk next stream, or we can all take 10 minutes or however much we need to buckle fucking down if we want. I'm up for whatever.
I'm a gamer and I could marathon this shit, but I
Know that other people probably don't want to marathon this shit.
Without like proper expectation. What are you feeling, Em and Blinn? I mean, for what it's worth, Blinn, I'll be surprised if we. I mean, hey, oh. No, but Gabe has London. I'll be surprised if we have a fucking character here that Blinn voices, which I'm like, what do we do then? So Blinn can easily bounce if he needs to. What do you think?
I'll survive. I just don't,
What's up?
No, there's no follow up to that. It's like I'm good. It's if you guys want to go.
I am good. Because I feel like we're kind of right at the point where I'm like, I kind of want to gun for it, but I also could. I could go either way here.
Yeah, we'll take a break at some point as we go as well. I'm sure. Even if we do take a break now, we're gonna need to take a break in the middle of this court case. I can feel it in my bones.
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead.
I don't know if I want to do like the whole ass case tonight.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, and I don't want to die.
That's fair. We can easily go through this cutscene, and then like, I don't know, we could play Shape Dreams for like the remainder time, or just like call stream.
Wait, hang on. You caught my interest. I'm interested in this.
My God. Yeah.
I do think it would probably be a good idea to save the case for like one day though.
We can do the case next week.
Okay.
Does that sound good, everyone? To everyone?
We'll find a jumping off point. We'll take a break.
We have a jumping off point right here, and I think it's going to be pretty evident. I feel we're gonna have like this last a little bit, and then we can do things. Does that sound good for people?
Okay.
Okay. I just might want to make some mac and cheese after we stop. I'm a little bit hungry. I'm a little bit hungry.
Yeah, let's take a break.
Yeah, we'll take a break after this. I have a feeling we're gonna be a good stop point here, but just a preliminary hearing, huh? You wouldn't know it from the look on her face. But I shouldn't have expected any leeway once we stepped into the courtroom. Not with her.
That's the adjutant up there. Is it asleep?
Absolute fucking design.
Fuck!
I'm gonna be fucking real. I really wish we could have Danny here, because this is the character I was thinking of especially for Danny.
God damn character design.
We may have to bully Danny and see if Danny's free next week. We may have to see, but...
Well, I don't know.
Oh god, the fucking underside of the skirt too, being like a chipboard and such.
Leads up to
the jacket and everything.
So cool.
Fucking badass as hell, yeah. It's loading.
This is sick.
It needs to load.
Don't be rude. Not every ad can afford to be decked out as extravagantly as you. Especially not those the state buys in bulk.
There's an audience.
You mean the gallery? That's nothing. It could have been a lot worse. Word of any trial in the case of David Asher's death must have spread like wildfire. Even a mock trial like this one. Detective like Reyes or London would get chewed out for leaking things to the press. But uniformed officers had little to lose and a lot to gain by dropping a text to their attentive friends in the media. And then there's the corporate plants. Interns usually. Preferably ones with modded eyes. It's illegal to film inside a courtroom. But this is the year of 2086. Things are gonna get out one way or another. I don't like having my face on camera. I don't like attention in general. But I'm not such a coward that I'd skip David's funeral just because there would be paparazzi outside of it. My pretty little likeness was gonna end up in the background of some tabloid photograph one way or another by the end of this circus. At least this way, it's decent marketing for my legal services.
What will happen once the adjutant finishes loading? How will the trial proceed?
I could have been smart and like put a save like right at the in between thing, but I was not smart. We'll do that shortly. With all those films you watch, I'd figure that you could extrapolate.
I am asking so as to correct any misconceptions.
Well, not everything you saw on the silver screen is outdated. The court will come to order, and there will be a clarification on the charges. The defense enters a plea, and if it's not guilty, the prosecution begins making their case.
That means calling witnesses to the stand, correct?
Mostly. Sometimes they'll testify virtually from a separate location. Depends on the security concerns surrounding the particular individual in the case.
What do you do then? Sit here and watch?
Not if I want to get paid. I cross-examine witnesses after the prosecution are done questioning them. I can present evidence or witnesses of my own in response, as long as I have discovery backing me.
You said that before. Discovery means...
Just that I can't pull stuff out of my pockets and present it without any kind of context. I have to have proof that I acquired it legally during the course of my investigation. Most of the time, that means having recordings or witnesses that can verify my investigation.
which I can provide.
You didn't think I was letting you tag along because I liked you, did you? Calling out Phoenix?
Wait.
Calling out Phoenix, what do you mean? Hmm?
Phoenix, right?
Oh.
You can present whatever the fuck you want in that game, and sometimes you can just present stupid shit for stupid reasons.
Look, I found
This
this.
is my badge. It proves that I'm a lawyer.
I found this legally and normally, I promise. I wasn't snooping through someone's drawer. Believe me, I'm a lawyer.
You didn't think I was letting you tag along because I liked you, did you?
And the jury, I don't see anywhere where they would sit.
The jury hasn't sat in the actual courtroom for years now. They have their own chambers where they watch a feed of their trial's proceedings in anonymity.
And that's not an issue. Don't people want to look someone in the eye before passing judgment on them?
You've got an old-fashioned sense of justice, don't you? But there's no jury at a preliminary hearing anyway. It's only meant to evaluate whether or not the prosecution has enough evidence to go to trial. A mere formality in today's day and age. With tools like optics and arcs, there's never any shortage of evidence to work with.
So all you have to do today is convince the adjutant.
Easier said than done. Adjutants lean heavily towards evidence over arguments. And right now, all the evidence suggests that David killed himself. If it's going to be an uphill battle, I can't afford to stumble. I need to focus on establishing an alternate interpretation of the facts. It needs to be solid. But I don't have a suspect, or even a motive for killing David, yet. Anyway, I'll need to be sharp. Emma doesn't play nice enough for me to be anything less.
I think it's waking up.
I think
Okay,
that's a
I
good
think
enough
now's
place
the
to
time.
save. Yep.
Save.
Alright. Yeah. We knew this would happen. We talked about this last time. We had a good feeling that this would happen. And it pretty much
Yeah.
happened in the exact time frame that we figured it would also. Like literally right at the 2 hour mark. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So I am going to go ahead and fucking save my game again because I have anxiety.
Real.
Real. I'm going to take a quick BRB, mainly to scrounge myself something together for food because I didn't make food and I should have. I'm like, oh, I'll probably be fine. And yeah, I guess we're going to play Shape of Dreams next. I mean, I could just end stream here, but hey, why not? I want to play some video games with my friends and also give Lynn something to do. But yeah, I'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, be back. Y'all have fun doing whatever you want in the meantime.